Hello students, in this video I am going to tell you about the some definitions related with your very first chapter, the living word. And the first of all is the term taxon. Term taxon, it is a group of one or more population of an organism seen by taxonomies to form unit. Again, I am telling you that it is a group of one or more population of an organism. One or more population of an organism. For example, in case of humans, we have order primates, and that primate is the taxon, and order is the category. So, we will explore it further. Come to the next topic, that is taxonomy. This is the identification, nomenclature, and classification of an organism. Identification, nomenclature, and classification. It means that we have to identify the particular organism, then assign them name and classify them. And this term taxonomy was coined by uh, the scientist A.P.D. Candolle in 1813. Then there is another term, that is systematics. Systematics is the study of identification and relationship in living organism. So these two terms come again and again, identification. So in both we have to identify, but in this we have to assign them a particular name and then classify them. And here we have to find out the relationship between the living organism, and that is called as the systematics. And this term was coined by Linnaeus. Linnaeus also called as the founder of plant taxonomy, and also credited with the binomial system and classification hierarchy. So next topic is taxonomic hierarchy. So student, I think you all know about the hierarchy, as we classify the organism into categories like prokaryote, eukaryote, unicellular, multicellular, etc. So taxonomic hierarchy means, or simply hierarchy means, a system or organization that has many levels from the lowest to the highest. So in this taxonomy, where we classify, identify, and classify the organism, so there are so many taxa or ranks we assign to the different type of organism. And the highest hierarchy or highest rank is known as kingdom, and the lowest is known as species. So highest is kingdom and the lowest is species. So we can forward from here: species, then genus, then family, then order, then class, then phylum, and then kingdom. So you can memorize it by this phrase: keep pots clean, otherwise family get sick. So K for kingdom, P for phylum, C for class, O for order, F for family itself, and G for genus, S for species. So you can see here that kingdom is the highest term in hierarchy and species is the lowest. So if we look around, we can classify the organism into two main categories first. So what are the categories? That is plants and animals. and both these belong to different kingdoms, that is plant kingdom and animal kingdom. So I think you got this, plant kingdom and animal kingdom. So we can further classify animals into different categories, namely mammals, like class Mammalia, birds, class Aves, reptiles, class Reptilia, etc. So each of these categories have been further classified into the smaller categories, and it comes up to species, which is the smallest in the into the taxonomic categories. So what do you mean by this term species? So this species uh, term was coined by John Ray. First we can see who coined this term. John Ray, and he also coined some other term like genus and family. Who coined? John Ray. Species, genus and family. Then order was coined by Linnaeus, and phylum was given by George Cuvier. So species, genus and family was given by John Ray, order Linnaeus, phylum George Cuvier. So first of all we should know what is the meaning of species. Species is called as the group of interbreeding individuals. Group of interbreeding individuals. So, or in modern biological sense, we can say that species are the smallest group of individuals which are consistently different from other groups, or you can say group of interbreeding individuals. So uh, species are usually capable of interbreeding freely, and from group of individual interbreeding individual they can collectively form the genus, or you can say that group of interbreeding individual are called species, and so many species form the genus, so many genus form the family, so many families form the order, so many orders from the class, and so many class form the phylum, and so many phylum form the kingdom. So you can uh, classify the organism like this, from kingdom to species. So in your book there are so many examples has given, like if we classify the simple shoe flower hibiscus, we can say that its genus is hibiscus, it belongs to family Malvaceae, order Malvaceae, class Dicotyledone, and phylum is Angiosperm, and the kingdom is, of course, it belongs to plant kingdom. So in kingdom you can say uh, we see the similar type of differences, but as we go down we can specify the individuals. So next thing is binomial nomenclature, and this is very much important. Binomial nomenclature. So nomenclature, it may be defined as the system of naming objects simply system of naming objects, and which type of object? It's a biological origin. It is of biological origin. So what is the need of this binomial nomenclature? This is your homework, and you have to tell me why there is need to assign a particular name to every living organism. So there must be so much of difficulty in local names, which is not known by everyone. So this naming system had arrived by the Linnaeus itself, and to overcome the difficulties of polynomial system of nomenclature, Linnaeus developed a binomial system. So, and it was published in his book. The name of the book was Species Plantarum, in the year 1753. So, according to this system, the scientific name of an organism has two parts. Scientific name of an organism has two parts. First is known as generic name, and the second is known as specific name. Or this is also called as specific epithet. Specific epithet. For example, the botanical name of mango. This is the season of mango. So we will take the example of mango, and the name of this mango is Mangifera. Mangifera indica. So what is the Mangifera? Mangifera designates the genus, and indica, it is the species, or you can say this is their specific epithet, and it refers to a particular species of that genus. It refers to particular species of that genus, that is indica. In geological name of man, like Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens. So Homo, it refers to, or it designates to genus, and this is the sapiens is the name of the species. So it should be noted that specific epithets alone are meaningless unless combined with the generic name. You have to remember this point, that if we are talking about only sapiens or only indica, so it is useless actually, because specific epithets alone are meaningless unless combined with generic name. So this is about the binomial nomenclature, and there are so many rules for binomial nomenclature. We will discuss in next video.